Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to bust one of the biggest myths out there in the job world. We're counting down 10, yes, 10 amazing tech jobs that can get you a six-figure salary. And the best part, you don't have to write a single line of code.
So let's just ask it straight up. Is coding the only way to make the big bucks in tech? I mean, this is the one question that stops so many talented, smart people from even trying to break into one of the fastest growing industries on the planet.
Well, that myth is powerful. It's just not true. When you actually look at the hard numbers, the real data, it tells a completely different and frankly, a much more exciting story for a whole lot of us.
And what a story it is. Get this, a whopping 73% of non-coding tech jobs are remote-friendly. Think about that for a second. This isn't some tiny little niche. It is a massive, wide-open opportunity to earn a top-tier salary from, well, pretty much anywhere you want.
Okay, it's time to get into the good stuff. Let's kick off the countdown. We're starting with numbers 10 all the way down to 6 on our list of the highest paying tech jobs that don't require any coding. Let's go. Kicking us off at number 10, we have the data analyst. Now, this is for all you spreadsheet wizards out there who just love finding the story hidden inside the numbers. And yeah, while some data roles use programming, many of them focus on powerful tools you can learn like Tableau and Power BI. The bottom line, the best in the field are clearing six figures just by turning raw data into brilliant business decisions. All right, coming in hot at number 9 is the IT project manager. Just think of them as the captain of the ship. They're not in the engine room building the engine, nope. They are on the bridge, making sure the entire project gets to its destination safely, on time, and on budget. It is a pure leadership role, and top salaries, they're hitting well over $127,000. At number 8, we've got the sales engineer. Okay, these folks are the charismatic translators of the tech world. They don't write the code themselves, but you better believe they understand it inside and out, deeply enough to explain its value to customers. And with a base salary plus commission, the earning potential is just staggering. We are talking about top roles hitting over $250,000. Wow. Sliding into the number 7 spot is the technical writer. You could say they get paid very well to translate nerd speak into plain, simple English. And honestly, it's a noble and incredibly lucrative profession. They create the manuals and guides that make all this complex technology actually usable for the rest of us, earning up to 169 grand a year just for their clarity. And rounding out our first 5, at number 6 is the technical business analyst. This role is absolutely essential. They are the interpreter between the business folks and the IT department. They make sure the tech that's being built is actually going to solve a real business problem. And with a projected job growth of 11%, it is a super secure and very well-paid career path. All right, we're halfway through, and now we are breaking into the top 5. These are the big ones, the roles where the salaries and the strategic importance really start to take off. And at number 5, we have the digital guardians of our modern world, cybersecurity analysts. These are the folks on the front lines protecting company data from all kinds of threats. And the demand for them? It's astronomical. We're talking nearly 500,000 open jobs in the US alone. And this isn't about coding, it's about strategy, policy, and using powerful security tools to stay one step ahead of the bad guys. Our number 4 spot goes to the UX/UI designer. Let's break that down real quick. UX, or user experience, is all about making sure an app is logical and easy to use. UI, the user interface, is about making it look great while you're using it. Together, they literally shape how we interact with technology, and they can earn top dollar for it, especially in high-stakes industries like finance, where a perfect user experience is absolutely non-negotiable. Now we're breaking into the top 3. And here, at number 3, we have the Scrum Master. So, to put it humorously, they are the highly paid adult in the room for a software team. They don't code, not their job. Their job is to facilitate the entire development process, removing any obstacles and making sure the team is working as efficiently as possible. It is a critical role with a 7% job growth forecast. And our runner-up, at number 2, is the product manager. This person is, for all intents and purposes, the CEO of the product. They guide its vision from that first light bulb idea all the way to launch and beyond. They're focused on the big picture, strategy, market fit, what the customer wants. It's a role with huge responsibility and a salary to match, with a very clear path to an even higher paying chief product officer role down the line.
And the number one highest paying non-coding tech job is the solutions architect. These are the master planners, the visionaries. They don't build the individual parts of the house. They design the entire blueprint for the mansion. They design the whole high-level system, bridging business goals with what's technically possible. Their average salary is well over $200,000, with top earners making much, much more.
So what's the common thread here? What's the secret sauce that makes all these non-coding jobs so incredibly valuable? Well, it boils down to a few things. They reward big picture, strategic thinking over just pure technical skill. They fit perfectly into our new remote-first world, and maybe most importantly, they exist in a market where there is huge demand for this kind of talent and just not enough supply. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how do I actually land one of these roles? Well, certifications are an incredibly powerful way to prove you have the skills. For example, getting a cloud certification from AWS can lead to an average $12,000 raise. Getting certified as a Scrum Master shows employers you know the process inside and out. For hiring managers, these aren't just pieces of paper. They are tangible signals that you know what you're doing.
And this, right here, this perfectly highlights the modern tech hiring mindset. Look, while a lot of product managers have advanced degrees, most hiring managers will tell you they prioritize what you can do, your actual skills and expertise, over your formal education. What you can demonstrate is way more important than where you studied.
So what's the fastest way to maximize your earnings? Here's the strategy in 3 steps. First, target industries where the money is really flowing, like AI, fintech, and biotech. Second, even if you're working remotely, understand how a company's location affects what they pay. And third, and this is huge, specialize. Become the absolute go-to expert in a specific, high-demand niche. And if you need proof, just look at the power of this strategy. According to the Dice Tech Salary Report, just by developing expertise in a hot field like AI, you could command a salary nearly 18% higher than your peers. That is a massive, tangible financial benefit just for developing a niche skill. I absolutely love this quote because it just perfectly captures the new reality. Success in tech today isn't about slowly climbing some rigid, old-school corporate ladder anymore. No, it's more like a video game. It's about strategically acquiring new abilities, leveling up your skill tree, and creating your own path. Your skills are what define your career.
So, when you boil it all down, the key takeaway is this. The path to a 6-figure salary in tech is wide, wide open, and it does not require you to become a programmer. What it does require is a real commitment to building the right skills, positioning yourself strategically in the market, and, this is the big one, never, ever stopping learning. Look, the data is crystal clear, and the opportunities are very, very real. These jobs are out there, and companies are hiring like crazy for them. So the only question left to ask is, what's your next move?